What's up YouTube? Ryan back today with another sports card video. PSA suspended submissions for 3 months. And I'm also going to show you guys some of these players and cards I'm looking to flip during the 2021 MLB season. What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, PSA suspended almost all their submissions. I'll throw this up on the screen. But basically today, the 30th, was the last day you could put in submissions. And I kind of wish they would have given us more of a heads up, because I would have put out another order. I know I would have. Even with the price increase, there is money to be made if you have nice cards. So the last second notification just being on the website, that's kind of weird to me. But PSA is suspending submissions until July 1st. 3 months. April, May, and June, no submissions for those submission levels listed in the post. So it looks like if you still want to pay like $200 to get a card graded, they'll let you do that, of course, because there's not going to be hundreds and hundreds of cards getting submitted at those values. But what does this mean? What does this mean for the hobby, you guys? This is how I take it. PSA, they suspended economy to catch up on backlog. They thought suspending the $20 per card would help them catch up on backlog, and I'm guessing it just hasn't happened. Like, I don't think it's happened at all. From what I'm guessing, with them completely suspending orders, it might have even gotten worse. I know summertime last year, they came out and said they had 1 million cards in their backlog, and they haven't said what they have now, but it's got to be close to that still, or maybe even worse, because grading has just gotten more popular. You see people like me who never really have even graded that much before this past year. Like, I was submitting stuff every month so far, the last 3 or 4 months. And I promise I'm not the only person doing that. A lot of people are grading right now. So them getting rid of these submissions is pretty much taking out any type of bulk submission. Unless you're filthy rich, like, you're not going to be doing any type of bulk submissions to PSA now. It's going to be one card at a time for the most part. Those super high level grading services are still available for those types of cards. Hopefully this helps. The way I am taking this is this should help. A lot of people don't think it's going to help, and a lot of people think it's stupid that they're doing this, but I'm okay with it personally. 3 months is a long time. They can grade a lot of cards in 3 months, and say their backlog's 1 million cards right now. Heck, maybe they can get through that in 3 months. Maybe they can't. Maybe they can get through half of it. I do think there's going to be a significant dent, and what that could potentially mean is, if we submit a bulk order today, I'm not expecting that bulk order to come back. That's supposed to come back in 4 months. I'm not expecting that to come back for a year right now. Say they take these 3 months off, they catch up on backlog, or at least cut it down significantly. Maybe that 3 months that I'm already waiting while they're not doing anything, maybe some of my cards get graded, but maybe afterwards it'll maybe only take 6 months. So going from like a 12-month waiting period to like a 6-month waiting period, like you might get your cards back faster than you might have originally gotten them back. So I think it's good. I think it's smart for PSA to do it. They must really not be making a dent in their backlog. Like, it has to be bad for them to do this. So I'm not taking it as a bad thing. I'm really not. What will this do to slabs, though? Like, this might increase slab prices again. We saw already a little bit with their price increase, like, slabs are going up. I mean, generally, graded cards are getting more and more popular right now, but with no submissions, there's going to be less slabs out on the market, like, on an everyday basis. Like, you can go on eBay, there's going to be thousands of them, but maybe it'll only turn into a couple hundred, That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at it in a negative light at all. I do think there might be another slight increase in slab prices, and I'm hoping PSA catches up on their backlog. But nonetheless, 3 months, I'm not submitting anything to PSA. I'm going to be looking for alternative options. Again, I did an HGA order this past week. Showed you guys that in one of my last videos, and I'm going to be selling those. It's all for profit. I might even be looking into, SGC again, because there's a spot for SGC. Cheaper cards, faster turnaround times. If you're just going to grade to sell, there's an option there for you for them. The profits aren't as great as if you were to wait 6 months to a year with PSA, but if you're just looking for profits, there's other grading companies right now that there is that option. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say about it. I just want to put it out there because a lot of people might not be aware. I saw it on Twitter yesterday for the first time, so I'm sure a ton of people just haven't seen it yet. So hopefully some people that didn't know about it, I'm informing you guys a little bit. So now let's look at some cards, both raw and graded, for the cards and the players that I'm looking to flip during the 2021 MLB season. All right, so let's start with some raw cards, you guys, and these are just cards that I've already put prices on. If you guys see any of these sticky notes, these are cards that, you know, the price on here is going to be double my value that I paid for it, or more. Some of these players I think are going to be more than double profit during this MLB season. So when I go through this, it's going to be player and cards, because there's so many different types of cards for each player to where I think pretty much the player is really what you're flipping, let alone just the card. So keep that in mind as I'm going through these. A lot of these, the card is specific, but most of it's just the player in general. Like for example, this Aaron Judge Bowman's Best Refractor, I'm trying to sell it for $10. I think I paid like $3 for it at the time. Like if I have a Topps flagship Aaron Judge as well, that might not grade out well at PSA, you know, I might look to flip it this year because he always gets hurt. And if he doesn't get hurt, he always gets a hype during the season because he's that good. So Aaron Judge is someone I'm looking to flip this season. I would say almost 100% of these cards that are raw are cards I wouldn't be able to submit and be like, yeah, that's a 10. So some of these have some type of flaws in them that I will be listing on my eBay descriptions when I do sell these cards, which I think is important. I made videos on that before. If you're selling a card with flaws, let the buyer know, because a lot of people are trying to buy to grade. Let them know. Like if you have a bad corner, I'm posting, this corner sucks. Don't buy this if you don't want a bad corner, you know? Stuff like that. That is important to list in these. So that's probably like 80% of these. But raw cards do have value too. So I'm just going to go through these and show you guys what I got and what I'm looking to flip during the season this year. So first player, Aaron Judge. And I'm going to have some players, I'm going to have multiple cards in here. Some of them I'm only going to have one. And I'll probably be looking for more of these players as I go. But this is kind of just what I have right now. We got a couple Bregman cards. These are actually from my last video. They're not going to grade out a 10. So I think I paid like $3 for those. So I'm looking to flip those at some point. Some Ohtani stuff. I think Ohtani's the perfect flip this year. You know, I like Ohtani both long-term and short-term because he does both. But Ohtani's like the perfect short term. Him and Aaron Judge, like they just go up and down like crazy, like no one other in the league. Pete Alonso, Christian Pache. I think he has a great flip opportunity this year. If he really does well this year, his stuff's going to go up a lot. Bo Bichette, we got some stuff of Bo. Again, just stuff that won't grade out that well, and I bought for really cheap. I think these are like $3 a pop at the time when I bought them. Some Luke Voit, again, another Yankees player. He actually got hurt, but it sounds like he's not going to miss that much time. But Luke Voigt's another player that, I mean, he led the league in home runs last year. The dude, he's a Yankee and he has a lot of power. Some might find this surprising that I have this in my piles, but Lubob I think is a great raw flip opportunity, and the quality on those Series 2 flagship cards are horrible. So I'm trying to get rid of some of them to potentially buy a bigger Lubob card. Yordan, again, I think is a great flip opportunity. I think he's going to go off this year. Keston, and then Corey Seager, some other guys right there. Corey Seager, he's in an opportunity right now that he's just red hot in spring training, and just everything's been clicking for him since last year. Like he might end up being the best shortstop in the MLB if he puts on another like giant year this year. So he's someone that I'm definitely looking at to sell some stuff and maybe buy something of his if I think it's the right price before the season starts. Who knows? Just because he is in that situation that if Corey Seager, he goes off, like he has 8 home runs this spring. Like say he comes out and hits 30 plus home runs this year, which I mean, based on what he's been doing lately, that's not out of the realm of possibility. Like his stuff's going to go crazy. The Dodgers are going to make the postseason. Obviously, they're probably going to make the World Series again. So he's in that perfect opportunity where anyone on the Dodgers, their stuff's just going to just go up. All right, some graded cards I'm looking to flip, and you guys saw all these cards already when I showed off my collection. I included these in it. I still, you know, these are just cards I see as good value flips. Some of them might not end up selling, you know, like this Christian Yelich. Who knows? Maybe I get a soft spot for Christian Yelich. I'm like, nah, I want to keep this. But as of right now, I want to sell it. 2010 Bowman Chrome Christian Yelich PSA 9. I paid like $35 for this. Again, a lot of these I'm trying to get double profits on. A lot of these I'm trying to sell at double, ideally on my slabs because it's only a 1% selling fee. And then obviously shipping's pretty cheap these days. I think it's like $3 to $4 what I can get this thing shipped out at. The majority of these, trying to get double profits. That's the goal. And some of them are even more than that. Ohtani here. This is the based heritage. I'm holding on to that purple chrome I showed in my last mail day. I bought this for $48. I think this is already selling for like almost, like I think one sold for $79 just yesterday. So really good stuff there. I think Ohtani, yeah, he's just a great short-term flip. Keston Hiura, another good short-term flip right now. I think he's a good player. I really do. I think he's going to be one of the better hitters on the Brewers for years to come. But as of right now, that Brewers organization is not really going anywhere, in my opinion. Someone projected them to win their division this year. I don't see that happening. Maybe I'm wrong. I know their pitching's decent, but their hitting is not. Rafi Devers, I think Rafael Devers is an interesting one because he's a really good short and long-term hold. Like if he comes out and hits 330 this year like he did in 2019, like nuts. Absolutely crazy. His stuff's going to blow up. But he's also like, I can't remember how old he is off the top of my head right now. He's like 22 years old or 23 maybe now. Like he's young. So I think he's a good long-term hold. Some Alex Bregman stuff. I just think he's a good flip. Like I was preaching Ohtani and Alex Bregman back in December. Buy. And Ohtani stuff is absolutely blown up. And Alex Bregman stuff has started to move pretty tremendously to where it's like almost doubled now across the board. But I still think like Alex Bregman, like if he comes out and plays well and puts up those MVP type numbers that he's capable of doing, like sky's the limit, honestly. Like as soon as that scandal and Astros hate drops off, which I think there's a good chance a majority of it will this year, I really do. Especially with players like Miguel Cabrera, like coming out publicly and being like, I don't care that they cheated. Like I think that helps their case, and Alex Bregman specifically. So Nick Senzel, I showed you guys my massive PC of him. Of graded stuff. I just have a lot of his stuff. I really like Nick Senzel. I do. Again, I've said it before. I would love if he somehow became a D-back. I would PC him for the rest of his career. He's a fun player, and I really hope he can stay healthy. He's playing really good this spring, so if he comes in the season with high confidence levels, like Nick Senzel is someone that like he can be a very above average player. I don't know what his ceiling is just yet, but he's a good player. He does everything really well. And his stuff's dirt cheap. Like I think I bought this for $30 back last summer. Like, stupid cheap. Luis Severino, Topps Chrome PSA 10. He's going to have the opportunity to be the ace in New York. Garrett Cole's there, I know, but Luis Severino, he was the ace before Garrett Cole came, and Luis Severino could easily outperform Garrett Cole. Like, Luis Severino got Tommy John in apparently absolutely electric sense. So, like, everyone's talking Garrett Cole, but Luis Severino, like, he could end up being their ace this year. Like easily. You put fans in those Yankees seats and you never know, Garrett Cole might crumble. It's a different atmosphere with people in there. Garrett Cole got extremely lucky last year because most people that go to the Yankees, they struggle their first year because of those fans. And because of the quarantine, he didn't have any of it in there. So Garrett Cole picked the best year in the world to go to the Yankees. But Luis Severino, like I bought this for $19, I think. Like crazy cheap. Will Smith, definitely a breakout candidate this year. This dude, he's done some big things already in his short career, but he hasn't really got that playing time yet. So hopefully this is the year they're like, Will Smith, you're playing like 90% of the games this year. Like you're going to be our starting catcher, and when you need a break, we're going to throw in Austin Barnes or Kyber Ruiz. Like that's what they need to do. This needs to be the year that Will Smith just plays almost every game. Trey Mancini, coming back from cancer. I just think is a great flip opportunity. I like Trey Mancini a lot. It seems like he's like one of my favorite players in the league, straight up. And this is one I might just end up keeping, but I paid like $18 for this. He's easily a guy that come out and hit 40 home runs. Like 2019, he had an incredible year, so I think there's still more in the tank for him. His age is getting up there, so it's definitely someone I'm looking to sell eventually, just because he started a little older, like Aaron Judge. I think he was 25 his rookie year. Yordan Alvarez, this is the PSA 9. I'm just looking to flip this. It would be an easy flip. Probably, I think I paid like $12 for this. Like 12 or 14 bucks shipped. So I'm probably gonna end up selling that for like $30. And the last one, Joey Gallo. And this is another one maybe I'll get a sweet spot for just because I love Joey Gallo as a player. I think it's hilarious. The home run or no run mentality is just elite with Joey Gallo. But if realistically, if Joey Gallo ever puts together a season, like his cards are expensive for the production that he has. I mean, granted, he hits a ton of home runs, but like he hasn't really hit that like elite status at all. And this is actually a short print at Topps Chrome. If he ever even hits like 260 for an entire season, he's going to hit 60 home runs. Like, it's not even a doubt in my mind. If somehow he hit 280, he might hit 70. Like, it's ridiculous. That dude has more power than I've ever seen in someone in my entire life. He just has that it factor. Like, a montage of Joey Gallo's home runs is like one of the most satisfying things you could ever watch. Like, it just is. So, Joey Gallo, again, he's a perfect opportunity to flip if you have some of his stuff. It's just like, if he gets hot even for a month and hits like 10 home runs in a month, like, his stuff's going to shoot up. But yeah, you guys, that's it for today's video. Just a couple cards and specific players that I'm looking at flipping opportunities during the 2021 MLB season. Super excited for the season to get underway because I have a lot of stuff I want to sell. Like, there's more than this probably, I need to go through my bins again and just see what I can find of these guys, because I've had this raw stack for a very long time now. I've had this since probably the end of last year. So I need to go through and find more of these players. But yeah, these are some players I'm looking to flip. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of that PSA holdout on submissions, at least the majority of submissions. I really want you guys' feedback in there. Let me know if it's a good or bad thing. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think of these players and cards in the comments below as well. If you guys like this video, as always, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching as always, and you guys have a great rest of your day. See ya!